Good afternoon, everybody. This is Joy Lingerie. Haven't seen you guys for a while, but today I do have another guest. I have Mark, oh, do I, Tittlebaum?
Teiltelbaum.
Teiltelbaum.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
I
That wasn't the first time it's been mangled.
oh no. Anyway, we'll get to his story in just a moment. I want to give a shout out to Chad Chris Lester's studio where I have my things produced. He has a very creative and collaborative environment there, and he's so easy to work for. He's very, very good. If you like my videos and my recordings, and I have a man called Paul Hurd who does the mastering, and usually it doesn't have much of a job once Chad gets through. So if you have any needs at all, do contact him. You can contact him on Facebook under Luscious Moss and also on your browser, or Chad Crisp at QUIST. You'll see it on the reader board down below, along with my website too. So with that being said, let's start. Mark, when did you first start with music, and how did it all come about?
Well, first started when I was probably in fifth grade. Although I was listening long before that to like KJR, to the hits of the top.
Are you from here?
Yeah,
Okay.
basically been here since I was 5. Yeah.
Okay.
I listened to KJR and Pat O'Day and all those guys.
Okay.
So songs of the early '60s, and then
Yeah.
in 5th grade, my mom told me that I needed to start playing an instrument in the school band.
Okay.
And I looked at all the. She said, you can't play the drums though. So I said, well, okay. So I didn't want to play any horns. So it kind of came down to the saxophone or the clarinet, and I picked the clarinet because I was a huge Pete Fountain fan. If you know who Pete Fountain is, Pete Fountain. He's a jazz clarinetist from New Orleans.
Okay,
I'm just kidding about that. I really had no idea who he was.
Me either. Jazz is the one thing I'm just afraid to touch.
Okay, good. So I took the clarinet and took not lessons, but had the book, the guidebook, and practiced somewhat diligently about 30 minutes a day. And, it wasn't a big thrill for me. And my sister was at home playing the piano, so that was already taken. About 3 months or 4 months in, it was when the English invasion started to happen, and saw the Beatles on Ed Sullivan. And I said, get me a guitar. I want a guitar. I want to learn how to play guitar. So they got me a little country western guitar. And I started taking lessons and learning all this.
You mean acoustic guitar, right?
I need what? Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, it was like nylon strings, and
oh my gosh,
it was a cheap ass guitar, but it was something to learn on. And so I was taking lessons. I think the first song I ever learned was I think "Surfing USA" by the Beach Boys. So I was learning.
I still like that song. I don't.
Yeah, yeah. It was like a Chuck Berry ripoff, is what it was. And so I started learning that, Beach Boys and Beatles, easy Beatles stuff, and Kinks and all the stuff from that was happening in 1964 and 65.
Yeah.
And played in 6th grade, kept playing, and for our 6th grade school talent show, I put a band together called the Vultures. And we played The Witch by the Sonics, and had like another guitar player and a guy playing the piano and a guy playing like I think he had like a hi-hat and a snare drum. And that was it. And I sang, and which may or may not have been a huge mistake, but
do you sing? I don't even. Yeah, you did. I heard you out there.
You saw, well, that's why isn't that why you asked me here?
Yeah. Oh
My,
gosh.
my magical voice.
No, actually, I asked you because I liked what I heard.
Okay. All right. And I've never had a I don't even say even a good voice. It's been barely, it's like screams of desperation, basically, when I'm singing. Um,
I think we all feel like that at some point or another.
well, so I did The Witch, and there was a point in the middle of the song where there's this big screams and my voice cracked, and it's like nothing really came out except some kind of frog croaking.
How old were you at the time?
How old?
Well, some yeah, what
I
grade?
would have been 12. And my mom was in the back of the gym, and I think she was crying. And I never really asked her if it was tears of joy or embarrassment. So anyway, I played for a while until I got into junior high, and then there was too many other activities, and I stopped. I dropped it. And I did have another guitar by that time. I had like an old hollow body F-hole Harmony. So that was my first kind of real guitar. But I still have the body of it's hanging in my garage. No strings, no fretboard thing, the neck thing.
But you still have it.
But I still have it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I've stopped playing for like 10 years till I was maybe 23 and picked it up again.
I'm going to
And,
stop you at this point because we
yeah.
had somebody contact us here.
Okay.
Rosie is my friend, and she comes out to the Expert all the time to hear us play. She put a on the screen up where it says live. She put a little thumbs up. So,
Oh,
hi Rosie, I'm glad you could join us today.
hi, Rosie.
So we were 12. Your voice was cracking. You were playing and trying to sing.
Yeah,
What were you playing at the time? Do you remember?
The Witch.
Oh, that's right. You said the
Yeah,
witch.
one. It was a one song. It was a one song performance,
Ah,
and then I stopped playing for 10 years. Not because of
really?
that. No, not because of that. Because I got into junior high and sports and girls and other things. So
Girls, girls. Yeah.
kind of started distracting me as always. Uh, and I picked it up again at about 23 and started playing, and then I got serious about being in a band at like 27 or 26 or 27. And I'd had a couple of acoustic guitars, and I'd been playing, and I'd actually been writing some songs just on my own. And so at 26, I got a really nice Les Paul and an amp, and found a guy, and we started a band. And the guy was crazy. I mean, he was like one of the original. He's like kind of a punk rocker, but John Lennon was his favorite artist. He loved Lennon and the Beatles, and he taught me like some first licks. He wanted me to play lead guitar, and he played rhythm and sang, and we were doing like Petty and Beatles and stuff like that, and did like one gig. Friends, like we had another guitar player, a friend of his, young kid. And so like 3 guitars, no bass and drums. And we had this, and the kid's house lived on the water on Lake Washington. So we had a little concert, and there were people hanging out in the boathouse. And that band lasted until Gary, who was the singer, the guitar player. We went out one night, and we've been drinking tequila. And
Uh-oh.
yeah.
I know where this might go.
Yeah, yeah. So we got stopped. He got stopped. He was driving in his Ford Econoline, and there was still a bottle under the seat. And somehow I don't know what he did with it. Knocked it out of the door or something. But anyway, he got busted. Car was taken. I had to walk home. Um, and then I had to go bail him out like at 4 a.m. And I don't remember exactly what happened, but I got a call a couple of months later. He'd skipped bail, and I was on the hook for the money or something.
Oh no.
Anyway, that was the end of that band. So
Where were you playing at this time? I mean, you said this is like 10 years later from the time that you're like 15 or so.
uh,
And what were you playing? Were you playing electric guitar? Or are you still on acoustic or
I was still I had like a thing I bought like a Takamine. So I was
okay.
playing
I got one of
acoustic.
those.
Yeah, playing with a friend. We just just getting together with a friend, and he'll come up later. But his name was Rob, and there was another friend of mine, Mark, another Mark. Then we play together, just sit around and play a lot of Neil Young and Dylan and stuff like that, and so that was then. Like I said, I decided to kind of get serious and go find a band and rock, and
Uh,
so this first band was called China Blue with Gary, and I had no idea that China Blue was actually a form of heroin.
oh, no.
I think that was what it was called in some circles was China
Oh
Blue.
my gosh.
Yeah, yeah. And the guy was strange. He had like he had a pet rattlesnake.
A what? A
Uh,
pet rattlesnake? He is so weird.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, whoever you are out there, if you're listening.
And he had like
That is
hair, and it was like
so weird.
4 different colors, and
Oh my gosh.
he was a trip. Um, so it was
Did
actually.
he live? Did he ever get bit?
Did you ever what?
Yeah.
Not that you know what? I mean, now you're testing my memory because that we're going back over 40 years now.
Yeah.
He may have been bitten at some point. I can't
But he
verify.
lived.
No, I can't verify or confirm that it happened at some point. But I wouldn't be surprised.
He didn't bring it on stage, did he?
Oh no, there
Okay.
was no stage. We did one gig outside. That was it. That was it. And that went on to just other partial, bands and jamming with people, and probably got my first decent band at I don't know, it was probably 32
Wow.
or something by that point. It was actually a gigging band, and it was all classic rock. Really good guitar player. I was just playing rhythm. Didn't have to sing at all. I sang one song, which was like I think it was "Dead Flowers." Was
Oh yeah, I like that song.
Yeah, that's the only song that they let me sing, which was for the best. But it was kind of a the singer was an ex biker, and the bass player was an ex biker, and but it was fun. We did a lot of gigs. We were like a house band at a biker tavern out in White Center. So we were playing there every other weekend, I think, and doing like 3 or 4 sets. And, so that we played biker parties, and which was just crazy. They'd have like tattoos going on while we're there, and wet t-shirt contests that turned into no t-shirt contests. Uh,
Sounds like White Center.
yeah, they were all over the place. I think we did something up in Bellingham, and anyway, that was that one. And then and I've been still writing all this time. We're starting to incorporate some originals, and we went to the studio and did like 3 original songs. Um, and I'd actually done some recording before that of some original stuff with some guys I put together. Really just kind of first and second tries at recording. And then I decided that I'd kind of reached my limit with the classic rock stuff, and I wanted to do an original thing. So the guitarist in the band came with me, and actually the replacement drummer did. We found a great bass player and a really good singer, and we were playing in Seattle doing original stuff, for probably 4 years.
Yeah.
This was late 80s now, early 90s, and we did a few recordings like in London Bridge and Triangle.
Did you go to London Bridge Studios?
Yeah, we recorded there.
Oh, there are a lot of greats doing that about that time.
I think we were there at the same time Pearl Jam was there.
Yeah.
I didn't really know they were Pearl Jam, and so which was kind of the issue was that we were still doing the stuff I was writing was kind of traditional, straight ahead rock and roll blues. And that was right when grunge was,
Yeah.
getting big in Seattle and nation. So it's kind of like right place, wrong time. And I wasn't good at marketing. So that kind of, and also at that point, I'd gotten married and had a kid and working, trying to support everything and trying to do that and be a musician. It was hard to do it all well.
Right.
So I had to give up. I gave up music for like 14 years basically playing until my son went away to college. And so we've gone from like 1992 to 2006.
Wow, that went fast.
Yeah, there was
It
nothing.
does go fast too, the older you get.
Trying to be semi-responsible at that point for a few years, and I actually had custody.
Starting to mature.
Well, I actually had custody of my kid for the last from 12 to 18. I'd been divorced, and I got my son in the settlement, which was great. So I was, a single dad for 6 years.
Wow.
Then he went to Bellingham to go to school, and my friend Rob and I that I'd played with, he'd come back to town, and his daughter had gone to school. So we started playing again, and we said, well, let's form a band. So we found some guys just randomly, a drummer I worked with and a bass player that I played cards with. And I found a singer that through my job, I was at his house, and I saw these Pink Floyd posters on his wall, and he had an amp and a guitar. I said, "Do you play?" And he goes, "Yeah, I play some." And I sang. I go, "Well, you want to come out and audition for us?" And he did, and so we formed the Togs. So it was 5 of us, and we would go to open mics and play a few songs, and got a gig there. So we did 1 or 2 gigs, and we did we hosted a charity event at the VFW Hall on Mercer Island. Had a lot of people, and basically charged like, I don't know, $7 and bring cans of food, put them in the bin for Northwest Harvest. So did that, and it was pretty fun, and we maybe did 1 or 2 more gigs. And our singer was hit on his motorcycle one night, left lying in the ditch, and ended up on life support for a week before his parents decided, we had to pull the plug. So that was really a horrible incident. And
was he on drugs or alcohol or?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't remember I don't know. I mean, the guy was hit and run. The guy hit him and left. So I don't know what the report was on him. He was basically, he'd been left there, and he was comatose. Yeah, it was horrible. Anyway, so that band split up. We found another singer at some point, and a couple other players. Anyway, they went through a couple different things, and so probably around 2010, probably 15 years ago, Rob and I decided to part ways and try and find different things. And he went and joined an R&B band that he's still in, and I joined a band called the Inside Outlaws, and which is a pretty good band. And we just,
so what's
again, classic rock.
What time were we talking about here? Was this can you give me a time frame, like when you got to this point? That
was 15 years ago.
15 years ago. Okay. Yeah. So, and at this time you were no longer doing rock, or you were doing rock and other things, or?
That's all I've ever done is rock and blues, classic rock and blues and original stuff.
You know Billy Shoe by any chance?
Yeah, well, I've seen him. I don't know him, but I actually saw him about a year or so ago at a place in Renton.
Yeah, he's at the Red Dog Saloon every Thursday night now in Maple Valley.
Thursday night?
Yeah, from
Is that
7 to 11.
a jam night or just
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah. I
That's
think they have music there on the weekends, but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, we played there once. After the last band,
Yeah,
this band.
and you know what? I found it on YouTube now that you've
Oh, you
now
did?
yeah, I finally did, but too late to post it, so,
Oh,
for people who are
okay.
listening out there, I will post that so
You
you
found the
guys can
whole
find
thing?
it. Huh?
You found the whole album, the whole
Yeah,
CD?
I did
Okay,
on YouTube,
okay.
and it's I didn't have the right band name, and so there I was looking in the wrong place, but I have it now,
All
and I
right.
tend to listen to it, so okay, so now we're about 15 years ago,
And
and you were already now in another band, or were you looking for one? And were you more heavily into blues at this time of your life?
I've never been heavy into blues. I've always played
Okay.
some blues, but it's never
Okay.
been the primary
All right.
genre that I've played. There's always been a little bit of blues incorporated into our set lists.
Okay.
We've always done a couple. We played like Red House and Born Under a Bad Sign, and oh God, I don't know what else off the top of my head. And there's actually a blues song. There's actually a blues song on this
All right.
called "Back to You" that I
Is
wrote.
there one on there called something about an angel?
Yes.
That's what I was looking under on YouTube and couldn't find it either. Uh, there's a lot of, seemed to me there was a few that had that name and I didn't know which one it was. So I
I'm not.
have to admit, I was not in the right place to find this, I
Okay.
guess.
Well, yeah, there's one called Gypsy Angel on there.
Yeah, that's it. Gypsy
Yeah.
Angel. That says,
I
yeah.
might have sent that one to, or tried to send that one to you off of YouTube.
Now I know, and now it's past the time, but we'll go ahead and we'll work on getting that
We
one.
can do this again in a couple of years.
Yeah, well, I hope I'm still here. I got to go. I got to take the whole month of August off. So,
Okay. Are
and
you?
I lose people when I do that, but I just have to take some time. If I don't, I'm going to go crazy.
So you
I've
say you're
done
taking
this.
it off? You're not going to go down to. You're not going to be at Pete's then for a month.
Oh no, no, I'm just going to go offline for a month.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
stream. I'm going to do a stream.
All right.
I'm having a hard time. Every now and then I do stupid things like this where I could have found the album if I had the right information and didn't ask for it. So my bad.
Oh well.
So the next thing that all this time where you were I'm always interested because there's people who are listening or will listen that oftentimes want to know, what kind of equipment you use. We're going to stop at this point, but we're going to go back to it. What kind of equipment you use and what things that you found work for you and for your music as far as like guitars, amps, sound system.
Oh, pretty limited. I'm not one of those people that goes out and buys a lot of guitars. I basically have 3 electric guitars and one really nice old Gibson Hummingbird acoustic.
Oh,
But
yes.
but I bought my first main guitar was like a Les Paul. Um, that was it's beautiful. I mean, I still have it. But I stopped. I kind of after a few years of playing that for 3 sets a night, got kind of heavy on my back, so I ended up getting a Strat. So basically, Strats,
Yeah.
Les Pauls, and Marshalls is what I've been playing. Although
Yes.
my last amp too, because it was easier to haul around, was I got like a Roland Blues Cube.
Yeah.
So that's been my amp of. Although if I go and play something small, I'll bring a small Marshall with me and play.
So do you usually provide the sound system or I mean, what do you use for sound these days?
What was that?
What do you use for sound? Do you usually have it provided or
Oh yeah. You mean like the open mics kind of thing, or what?
no, open mic usually furnishes the sound. You like sound system that you use when you're on a gig?
Oh, well, let's see. it's been a while. Well, whatever the sound system was, it wasn't mine.
Okay. All
It
right.
was like the singers or whoever had the sound system. I've never had I mean, I've got an old one from years ago, but nothing that I've ever carted around myself.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of interested in that too because there's all this new stuff coming out, like these Bose towers and other brand towers. It's just a tower, and it's
Yeah.
yeah, a speaker, and even the sound box. I don't know. I don't have the right name for all these things. My husband does that, but they're changing and it's being computerized, and I'm like, really? What happens when you can't get Wi-Fi? Well, what happens when you're at a gig and you can't get on the internet?
So what happens?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm still trying to find out. That's why you guys telling me out
Well,
there.
see, I'm a little out of the loop. I haven't really done. I mean, I've been in a couple of bands in the last 5 years. This band, we split up right before the pandemic. So,
Oh, the
so
one that was 15 years ago?
no, 15 years ago was the Inside Outlaws. Then there was a
Yeah,
few bands
in between.
after that, and then Dog Eat Dog formed in around 2015, 2016, something
Oh,
like
so
that.
it's fairly new.
Yeah, so we were together for 4 or 5 years, and we played a lot. We did a lot of wineries, like
Yeah.
Matthews and Woodinville, and we did Seguillo Cellars and Snoqualmie, and um, played a few other bars. We used to play the Yuppie Tavern in Totem Lake, which was fun, and just various places. And um, so since then, I mean, since the pandemic, I really just been in a couple things that were pretty short lived, a
You
couple.
know, that brings us into I usually ask a few questions about that because a lot of times it's a turning point. And for me, it was I got to listen people online and got prompted to start writing, and so
Mhm.
that was when I
Oh,
now 15 songs down the road, I'm still writing.
you've
And
only written 15 songs?
yeah,
Really?
I think altogether, new
God,
ones just
you
coming
sound
out.
like you've been writing for a long time.
No, no, no. I just have a really good producer who knows how to play the guitar.
Oh, okay.
He's, you know the band Heart, right?
Yeah.
Well, they have an offshoot of two of the original players, the drummer and the guitar player, and and in Heart by Heart, the band they formed, and he plays lead for that. So, and I go to him and I give him an idea, and I tell him exactly what I want and how I want it to sound, and I usually pick out something um, that has the vibe I want, and I lay it all down for him, and he makes it happen. He's like really good at reading my mind. He knows exactly how to bring out what I'm telling I want, and he listens to me, and we do pretty good work together. This last one is French rock. It's French pop. It's I've never done a song like that. But anyway,
Of
enough
yours,
about me.
you
But
did. So you have the lyrics, then you have the arrangement down, but then he adds everything else.
well, sometimes I have to go to other people. I did a song called Lavender Fields. It was about my son's suicide and
Oh,
the
geez.
effects of suicide in the military on the families.
Oh no.
And I got stuck with the music. I could not. This whole song was there, but I couldn't. I had kind of a block as to. I had a lot of things there. I mean, I had the chorus, but it had to be developed, and so I had somebody help me make it through that. He wrote the music, and Chad and I worked out the rest. But he also rearranged a couple words, this thing, sentence here or there where I was too close to the subject, and it wasn't real clear. So this last time, the one that's coming out, it's called Je t'aime, mon chéri, and it's about now, like I said, French pop. And I sing it in English, and a little young lady called Jess Flom in her middle 20s is the French singer. So she sings it in French. And we had to marry English and French because they're two different styles.
Hmm.
But yeah, and so we all three of us, Chad and Jess and myself, sat down and worked out a melody based on what I wanted and what I was presenting them. I had a singer over in France, and the way she laid out her song and the vibe of it, the French pop vibe, I wanted to capture that. And so we really had to work at it because none of us really knew what we were doing. We were just flying by the seat of our pants. And I'll soon find out how it goes across. But anyway, that's where I was. That's where I changed directions and courses. And I don't do a whole lot of live gigs. I don't have the body for it anymore. So I do some, but I don't do a lot. That's right. So
So
anyway,
you're happy playing 3 or 4 songs at Pete's.
yeah. And I put on a schedule, let people know where I am, and
Yeah.
I'm going to the fair and bringing all my merch and all that good
I've
stuff.
I've seen you yours on your website. You play other places, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you have a band with you?
Hmm.
Oh,
I have a band I buy, and
okay.
I have a band that's quite willing to play with me.
Right.
Uh, Jamie Vandal from the Vandals. He is a drummer. This guy, because there's me and lead and Jamie, there's only three of us. Like, if you want any money at all, you're going to keep it as as fewer people as. I used to have 5 people in my band, so. But anyway, uh, Jamie plays the drums and the bass at the same time.
Really?
Yes, and then Billy Shrew is my lead, and I can call on them for certain things that I need. I have something coming up um, in Grand Mound on the 23rd of August. I'll be posting that. And Lynn Sorensen's going to play the bass. And I've been having a young man called Drew Schneider. He's a really, really good country player. He's also a rock player, so is both. And he really knows how to put out a country song. So we're going to be playing at what's called the Coronapalooza 5 this year. Every year I go there, and it's a big collection of all this area musicians, and they go from 12 o'clock on Friday to 12 o'clock on Sunday in noon, 12 noon, and play the whole time. Everybody's slated for a time, one right after another into the night. At 10 o'clock, they open it up for a jam, so people will jam all night or early into the morning. Me, I'm in bed, but other people are doing that.
Yeah. Typical
So,
musicians who
so
like
now that we're on it, what happened to you during that period of time? What was going on? I mean, what
during.
was your point of view during when the onset of COVID came?
Well, obviously, you know, it was. I I started playing with these guys in their living room. Um, it was before. It was right. It was like the first year of it,
Yeah,
so nobody was vaccinated,
yeah,
and probably wasn't the wisest decision. And my girlfriend at the time was not very happy with me to subject myself to to the possibilities.
right.
So we go in there, and I would wear a mask though, and I would stand by the front door with the door open. So I was trying to minimize any risk other than not showing up. Uh, so that lasted for a few months, and then it did. Then that it just nothing. It wasn't a really good. It wasn't a great situation. So I mean, a lot of it was just. Unfortunately, a lot of that time was spent. I was working a lot because in the business I was in, I appraised real estate, so we were deemed
Oh, yeah,
essential cog in the financial wheel.
yeah.
So we were freaking busy for 2 years. I probably never worked more in my life. So it was that and watching a lot of news, because I'd be at home working on my computer, working from home and having the news on. And I've been writing political music. I mean, I've been doing, in my writing over the years, there's always been social political commentary.
Mm.
And so a lot of songs have come from the last, shall we say, 20 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's happened in 20 years?
Well, start with Bush in Iraq. We'll
Yeah.
start there.
No, that's not.
We'll start there. I mean, before that, there was other stuff that I'd written. There was so so more social commentary than I mean, because the political divide is so much greater now than it was. I mean, even 20 years ago.
Right.
But before that, there's anyway, and there's actually a song on here.
Yes. Oh, good. A protest song.
It's called "Pictures of Jade."
Yeah, I see that.
It was that one was written probably late 80s.
Show the front of it again.
Huh?
Show the front of your album.
The front of it? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. There's the front.
It's too far. We can't take it back a little. There we go. Chew on this. I love it.
By Dog Eat Dog.
Dog Eat Dog.
Graphics done by a friend of mine, Tom Saffel. And then here's the 7 songs that we did.
And one protest song.
Well, it wasn't a protest song, just social commentary, really.
Okay, social commentary song.
Called Pictures of Jade, and it's a lot of, you kind of have to figure out what it's about. It's not necessarily, so.
Well, my next song is going to be a pure country protest song.
From you?
I don't care. It's called No Girls Allowed.
Oh, good. Okay. All right.
First we weren't, and then we were, and now we aren't.
Yeah, right.
Maybe sort of. We're not allowed. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. I've never done that before, so if you see me sent off to Alcatraz or Gator Alcatraz, you'll know what I did.
I'm concerned about it myself because I'm posting stuff and I'm reposting it and going, I mean, there is a little reluctance. I mean, they're whisking people off the streets, and it's funny because I went down to Pete's when I was going to check it out, and I went out probably a month before I showed up, and I asked them at the bar. I said, "So what's what's the situation here?" And they go, "How is does anybody do political stuff?" And the person behind the bar says, "Well, we kind of have a half and half mix here of politics, so we kind of." Not necessarily frown on it, but we wouldn't recommend it.
Wouldn't encourage it.
No, wouldn't encourage it. So I had to lighten up my act when I was down there doing my open mics. So I did do one song called Ostrich Blues when I was there, which is more social commentary than pointed at any particular.
That's funny because Lynn and I get into arguments all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know
who does you do?
But they have their roots in politics. If you're listening carefully.
Who are you talking about? Who'd you say?
Huh?
Who?
Lynn.
Oh, Lynn. Oh.
Yeah. We always went back and forth about, no girls allowed, more or less. I mean, he says things and I call him on it. Like he said that Nancy Sinatra, it's really good looking and all, but she got her music and her song, These Boots That I Sing, because she was Frank Sinatra's daughter, which is, I'm like, what? You like her body, but you don't like her music? I mean, what is this?
Well, it got kind of, what's the word I want? Last time I was there, he got a little off, not, little racy. We'll say a little racy.
Yeah, he does. And I'll try to stop him, but he's unstoppable. He's a rocker. He says, I just, I flaunt the law. And he does. I mean, he does, really. He's not harmless, but he could be a bit.
But he's a great player.
Yes, he is. Yeah. So, are you going to play for us?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I hope you do. One song.
One song? Should it be political or not?
It can be anything you want. I mean, you're an artist. What you're singing about is your thoughts, and you have it down on that recording if that's what you want to play. But I mean, it's up to you. If I get taken off the air, it's a good thing. I'm not going to be here for a month.
Well, I'll do something else. I'll do my most recent song.
All right. So I'm going to get the heck out of here.
It's called Mirage. So I think you might have heard it when I played down there.
I'm going to get out of here and let you do your thing. But I can hear you.
I don't know how close I need to be to the screen for this. So
Well, I'll let you know. Grab your guitar and we'll see.
okay, and let's see. How's that?
I can see you perfectly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right there, right there. Okay, all right. You asked for it. Thought I saw you in a crowded ballroom, then you were gone. I was chasing shadows all night long. You were painting your collage. I drove right past your gate and entered your studio garage. Are you an oasis or just a mirage? I was wandering through the desert, thirsty for a drink of you. I was cursed with double vision. You were wearing camouflage. I followed the sound of your neon lights from the palm trees to the lodge. Are you an oasis or just a mirage? Time is precious, I don't want to waste it. Sometimes the end seems near. You gotta kiss like honey, I wanna taste it before you disappear. Tired of all the games we play and the lies we gotta dodge. Are you an oasis or just a mirage? There were diamonds on the water, there were sparkles in your eyes. I was over the hills and far away from your mystical montage. And the lines were blurred between the love we won and the love we sabotage. Are you an oasis or just a mirage? Time is precious, I don't want to waste it. Sometimes the end seems near. You gotta kiss like honey, I wanna taste it before you disappear. Tired of all the games we play and the truth we gotta dodge. Are you an oasis or just a mirage? Is love an oasis or just a mirage?
All right. All right. There you did it. Now, was that so hard?
I don't know. Sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I enjoyed it. And I'm sure others will too. Obviously, this is not the best shot of what a person can do, but it does show what's on your mind and how you play and how you sing, and that was
Oh, how
enjoyable.
damn talented I am.
Well, talent, that's a whole nother story. We could do that for a couple hours.
That's true. That's true.
All right. So that brings me to
Yes.
what was in all these years that you've been doing this, and it sounds as bad it's been quite a few. And bands come, bands go. I'm lucky. I had one band for 15 years. Um, And I had it was like Grand Central Station. I can go in and out, in and out. I had a lot of different players come in and out and had to learn different music. But of all the times that you've been out there playing, what was the one time that you played where you said, "Yeah, I can't give this up and stay gone. It grabs me." And so in other words, the best time when things, fell together and you really felt you were on the right track. And what was the worst time?
Ah, wow.
Any order you want.
I would say the best times were probably when we were the Poverty Rockers and we were doing the original stuff in Seattle. And we were doing a couple sets of basically original music. We'd throw in a few cover songs, but that was probably the most fun because it was probably the most rewarding. And we did some we like I said, we did some recording. We did like 3 different recordings, different studios, and recorded
Mm,
songs that were pretty personal to me. They covered a lot of um, they dealt with friends that had died. They friends that had um, dealt with. It was kind of the period, kind of little bit of the aftermath of the cocaine, when cocaine was huge, and the people that I associated with back then and how things had been affected there. And there's just a lot of relationship songs. That was really wasn't a lot of political stuff back then. It was just more about people and and what was going on at the time. So that was probably the best, and but it was also more difficult because, like I said, at that time I had a kid, and
right.
yeah, so it was pretty hard to really devote a lot of time, and then it split up, or guys left, and we were bringing other people, and things dynamics changed, and that kind of thing. So, but that was probably a lot of fun. And then the last band, Dog Eat Dog, with the CD here, that was a lot of fun because I was playing with friends, and we were
Right.
we were good. And I mean, it's really good when you're playing with people that are pretty talented. And I always wanted to play with people that were guitar wise. I've always started playing rhythm, but then played some lead. But I've always wanted to play with guys that were better than me.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
You end up being better too and sounding better.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But guys that could really play lead guitar, because I wasn't in that class until it took a long time to really
Right.
get where I was really comfortable playing leads and that kind of thing. So, and I was never, never, ever a singer in the band. Always had to have. I mean, even doing my own stuff, I always wanted somebody that could pull it off better than I could.
There's a young man that comes in every now and then and uh, into these jams. And, yeah, I would say he's probably not the world's best singer, but he has a desire and he does keep improving. Last night he did a song and I thought, wow, what he's either been practicing that song a lot or he really enjoys it because he got it right. And so my theory about singing is if you've got a voice and you want to use it, you should have a place where you can. And as we play and as we age and our music becomes part of us, we get better. And I like all kinds of voices. I had a guy on my band who was really kind of a low, raspy kind of blues singer, but he sang country,
Mhm.
and I just loved him. And he wasn't a clean, clear country song singer, but he sang them and people loved it. So I think it's hard to put any kind of label on anybody's voice, and I think we're usually our own worst critic. I know I am. So
Well, and it's also just a matter of learning how to use it, and like it's singing from the diaphragm and all
yes,
that, the technical
right,
things that you
right.
have to learn to do. That if you can kind of figure that out, that will certainly help. And just finding what your voice is.
No, exactly. I also think that and I'm kind of alone here. I think, but I want to keep improving, and I like to see people improve. And the people that I started playing with when I came back to music in 2019, I was gone for about 4 years. Over 4 years, it's amazing how much progress and change they've gone through, and how good they sounded. How they've gone from point A to point B, and during this time, and they're amazing. A lot of them are out there gigging. So more power to him.
Yeah, and I think that at this point, if my mom actually was still alive and she heard me singing, she wouldn't be embarrassed this time.
Your voice isn't cracking and now mine does.
It's changed a lot since sixth grade.
Right. And I bet she was proud anyway, because she knew that once you get that music bug, it's hard to get away from it. It always calls
Oh,
you back.
back then, I don't know I don't know how they felt it. Like I said, I dropped it for 10 years, so I don't know how they felt. I mean, there wasn't a lot of real support, shall we say, from the folks about doing music.
Yeah, but she got you started.
Yeah, that's true.
And she must have known where it would take you. I mean, some of the better students out there, people that do the best work, are often have a musical background. So,
Mhm.
we have to do a lot of things to remember music.
True.
Not all of us play with this thing, which I often wonder how in the hell they can do. Excuse me, how the heck they can do that, because I can't. I can, and I think, well, what happens when your signal goes away? What do you do when you're in a concert? Anyway, the day may come when there isn't any internet. We don't know what's going to happen. There have been blackouts and all kinds of crazy things with the way the world is right now. So who knows?
True. We are in a state of uncertainty.
Right, exactly. So if you were going to give any advice to anybody coming up, male or female, what would you tell them? What advice would you give them?
Don't.
Don't. Is that what you said? Don't. Oh,
What advice would I give them? I don't know. I mean, I've got a son that um, wanted to start playing,
yeah.
and and he's 37 now, and he started playing when he was 10,
Oh.
and he's really good,
Ah,
and he's actually in a band right now, and they're doing original stuff, and he's not the main writer, but he's writing more, and he's actually playing. He's a guitar player, but he's playing bass in this band. They're kind of a surf, punk, psychedelic rock band. And they do really cool stuff, kind of different tempo things. And I mean, anybody that wants to do it, I just say go for it. Do what you want to do. Just go for it. Follow your heart.
yeah, I just got a little blackout here. I was talking to one of the people responding here. Let's try it again.
Oh,
See if it's going to go through. No. Yeah, it did. I don't know what happened. It's the error occurred. Wait a moment and try again. Okay, sorry to interrupt you.
oh,
So he's 37 years old and he's doing the music I have a hard time understanding, but I hear a lot of it and I've tried to figure it out.
you mean the punk part of it?
Yeah.
It's not really punk. It's kind of it's a conglomeration of stuff. There's kind of punk aspects to it, but it's pretty it's unique. It's unique, and it's good. It's well the way it's arranged, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So did you say you lost me for a few minutes?
No, I lost
My advice part.
my email part, my message part. My
Oh,
message part.
okay. All
So
right.
we've had people tune in. And we got three people on right now and one like.
All right.
And Rosie's been saying good things all along.
Well, thanks, Rosie.
So we've got about less than 7 minutes, but I would like to know if you have anything coming up, if you're currently in a band. And I do want you to promote that album a little bit more. Tell us a little bit more about it, okay?
Oh, my CD.
And how they could find you. How can we find you?
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, this is again. You can find
All
it.
right, I'm going to get out of here so they can see this. So I'll be right here.
Oh, there you go. Chew on this by Dog Eat Dog. Now we are now defunct. Uh, there's the songs on there. You can get them one at a time. You can get them. It's on Spotify. It's on YouTube, Amazon, probably iTunes. It's on all the streaming services. I mean, if you just go to YouTube and plug in any one of those songs, you can find it. So that's it.
Do you have a site or any place else that they can find you? And
No, I don't think so. Other than the stuff that I did in my music room on Facebook, just me playing my guitar, just kind of, winging it. Doing
so
some.
where do you think you're going to go from here? I mean, what are your goals? I mean,
Well,
if you could see the future, where would you go?
yeah, right now I'm not with anybody. I'm kind of in the process of debating. What I'd like to do is get another band together and probably do mostly a political CD, although with a little bit of trepidation, I suppose, at this point. But so I mean, little political stuff and relationship stuff. So I need to put it out there. So if anybody's out there listening and wants to do something like that,
Yeah.
give me a
How
shout.
they reach you on Facebook under Mark Mark
Yeah,
Teiltelbaum.
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 Yeah,
Sorry.
that's okay.
Teiltelbaum.
That's
Teiltelbaum on Facebook.
that's me. Yeah.
And it's take a look at this face because I believe that's the one that he's got on posted on.
It's the only one I've ever really had. So, yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm still writing a little bit. I'm not as prolific as I used to be. The synapses don't fire like they used to. So, I'm cranking out one or two songs a year at this point.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have to have you back. And when you get a band together, be sure to contact me if I'm doing this. Hopefully I will.
Absolutely.
We'll get
I'll
together.
again.
Yeah, I'm going to have to fire it up by this fall. I'm taking a couple months. I haven't had any real breakaway from all of this for 4 years. So it's about time. I need to get my sanity back together again.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
So I hope to be gone about 3 weeks in October. I'm going to Arizona, have some family there. I want to play the guitar with some of their neighbors that have been
nice.
jamming. And just, I love the place. I love the vibe of Arizona. Don't know if you've ever been there. Have you ever been there?
Oh, man. So I've been through there many times. I had a period of my time when I was doing a lot of hitchhiking around the country. So back in my 20s. So yeah,
what calls me is the country. So
which part? There's country in Arizona.
Yes.
You're talking about Flagstaff and up there.
Oh yes, country
yeah.
in Arizona. Yeah.
No, I've been down in the Grand Canyon, so I did a hike down there years ago. And
well, the history of Arizona is just totally amazing. And I wrote a song called "The Ghost of Tombstone" after visiting Tombstone. And I had
cut out for a second. What was it called?
A man called "The Ghost of Tombstone."
Okay.
Ghost of Tombstone. It's on video. If you go to videos and you scroll down, you'll find the Ghost of Tombstone in video. Okay. But when I was sitting there, I had this epiphany, and I saw this in my mind. I was seeing this movie play out. There's this man coming down the street on his horse, and everything was back to 1870s. And every place that he went, I was following him. He goes over to the Birdcage Saloon. At that time it was called the Birdcage Theater, and there's up on around the bar as you walk in are all the prostitutes up there, and he walks in and the prostitutes are being paid at the bar. I spent a lot of time over in the Oxford Saloon where it was a brothel, so I guess I got that on my mind. So anyway,
Snohomish?
yeah. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. That was they got her. They got her up in a bird cage in the saloon.
Right.
Okay, but anyway, I'm gonna go. All this is going through my mind, and when I got home, it disturbed me. I couldn't sleep, and I kept getting these like flashbacks about you need to write this, need to write it. So one day I just sat down, and I wrote it, and I got stuck in one little spot. I couldn't figure out how I went from one place to another. So I got a hold of a man who played lead for me. His name is Dave Nichols. He's now dead, but he died right after I produced that song. But yeah, and so then I had Rodney Dean Harris, who has a band called Seattle City Underground, do a video of it, and it's kind of cute. So if you get to see it, go to the video. It's kind of interesting.
All right. Sure.
So I'm hoping to hear more of you, less of me, but more of you in the future, and we'll have to get you on here and figure out. The whole point is to try to bring people back. Um, that has something new. And like if you got a band together or you got more songs out there, this is a good place to let people know they're out there.
Okay. Sounds great.
And doesn't
Appreciate
cost anything.
appreciate the time and the interview. It was fun.
Absolutely, you
Yeah.
too. Can
Yeah.
you believe that an hour went by already?
That went pretty quick.
Wow, boom, boom.
I thought I was gonna run out of stuff to say.
Yeah, never do. Everybody thinks that, but it
Yeah.
really goes fast.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for being on. I will
Thank
make
you.
contact with you in the future. In the
All right.
meantime, you have a good rest of your day. And I
Thank
will
you.
not be on here in August. So look for me coming back in September.
All right. Well, if I don't see you in a while, have a great trip
And
and
to see you out in
time
Carnation
off.
if you're good. Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right.
All right. Bye, Mark.
See ya.
See ya. Oops. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, that's it. Once again, I will make the announcement. I am going to take most of August off. I may have one or two, depending upon what's coming up. Sometimes I say no more, and then somebody needs something, and I'm back on again. But I look forward to having this month off. I hope to come back in September, but then I'll be gone for 3 weeks in October, and then I'll try to start something new. If you've got any suggestions, do let me know. So in the meantime, happy trails and take care and be good and stay safe. Bye bye.